1, 2. One, two. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. 2, 2. Two, two. Two. What about OBS? Do you want to check that? Just double check it's still coming through there. 2, 2. Yeah, you're good. Well, it should be, theoretically. Well, it's a learning curve, isn't it? 1. 1, 1. 2, 2. What about this one? 2, 2. Good. Not too low, not too loud. Yeah, it's just all on the headphones. It's not distorting. Can I have it? 1, 2. 1, 2. There's a whistle. We need to start doing podcasts. Mate, you smashed it. That actually looks proper sick.
1, 2. One, two. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ بوأنا لإبراهيم مكان البيت ألا تشرك بي شيئا وطهر بيتي للطائفين والقائمين والركع السجود. وأذن في الناس بالحج يأتوك رجالا وعلى كل ضامر يأتين من كل فج عميق ليشهدوا منافع لهم ويذكروا اسم الله في أيام معلومات على ما رزقهم من بهيمة الأنعام فكلوا منها وأطعموا البائس الفقير ثم ليقضوا تفثهم وليوفوا نذورهم وليطوفوا بالبيت العتيق. آمنت بالله صدق الله العظيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام. Thank you very much for turning. I really appreciate that. Let me introduce Sheikh Sharkawi. He's going to be joining our group inshallah, and he is the religious leader for our group. MashaAllah, he is a very knowledgeable man. I assure you that. He is Azhar graduate, and he have a lot of things to offer you in Hajj inshallah, and inshallah you're going to benefit from him. As well introduced my brother Muhammad Sibai. He is the group leader, and he is the all over group leader for the ground staff as well when we go to Saudi inshallah. Hajj this year inshallah will be in August, and we leaving in the 23rd as you know in your itinerary, and we're coming back on the 6th of September. The last 10 days was very stressful for me to obtain the necessary documents to obtain your visa, but with the grace of Allah, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, and the success is from Allah, it's not from us, we have managed to obtain the necessary documents, and we have obtained the visas for all of you, and we are the second company in the UK to get the passports out. And I have to thank Mr. Bandar Zaid, the General Counsel for the Saudi Embassy, for helping us. Otherwise would not be achieved. Alhamdulillah, some of you are taking their parents with them, which is very nice thing to do. Some of them taking the fathers-in-law and the mothers-in-law as well. Some of you are taking with them as well the brothers-in-law and the sisters-in-law. but most of you are taking with you the law. Inshallah, when we get there, men will enjoy having the law with them, because they're going to be very obedient in two occasions. The first one, when we leave from Medina to Jeddah, while you're in state of Ihram, and you're going to enjoy having a walking angel with you. And the second time, in the rituals of Hajj, from the 8th of the Hajj till the 12th of the Hajj, with the ladies again will be angels. They have to be very obedient. But after the Hajj, inshallah, back to normal. Right. I'll leave now the itinerary to my brother here, Mr. Muhammad Sibai. He's gonna go through the detailed itinerary with you, and I'll be here as well to assist when questions and answers will start. So please pay attention, because whatever information is gonna give you is gonna be very, very valuable to you. Thank you very much.
Okay, brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for coming for this seminar. We'll start inshallah by a talk by Dr. Sharkawi about the Hajj itself and the rituals, spiritual aspects of it. Whatever he will say today will be valuable for all of us inshallah, but he will be, you'll be hearing from him more and more once we are in Saudi. We'll try to meet as much as we can in Mecca and Medina, but certainly in Arafah, Mina, we'll have more of his valuable talks inshallah. I'll hand the mic back to him. Once he finishes, inshallah, we'll start on the logistic side of the trip, and we'll talk about inshallah for the trip from Heathrow Airport back to Heathrow Airport inshallah. Thank you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. You are welcome back as a guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everyone is here because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called him. If you listen to the verses that our brother recited, he said, as Allah said in the Quran, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ, call the people for Hajj, and they will come. And this adhan, this call, is not only from the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This call is since the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam. If you listen to the first verse our brother he recited, Allah said, وَإِذْ بَوَّأْنَا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ مَكَانَ الْبَيْتِ, when we chose Ibrahim alayhi salam the location of Al-Kaaba. Because before Ibrahim alayhi salam, Al-Kaaba was covered, was collapsed and covered by the dust and by the sand and by everything. So there is no show, no sight for Al-Kaaba before Ibrahim alayhi salam. And as we know, maybe some people, they misunderstood that Ibrahim, he is the one he built the Kaaba. Ibrahim, he rebuilt the Kaaba, but Kaaba was built by the angels before Adam alayhi salam. And it was covered, as they said, until Ibrahim alayhi salam, he went in his journey from Iraq to Mecca. After he got his son Ismail alayhi salam, and his wife asked him to leave. His wife Sarah, the first wife, and I heard brother Shafi, he is asking the ladies to be obedient. So unfortunately, the husband, he has to be obedient. The husband, he has to listen. And we have the best example for that, Ibrahim alayhi salam. Sarah, she is the one who offered Hajar alayhi salam to Ibrahim to get married. But after she get pregnant and she gave birth to Ismail alayhi salam, Sarah felt upset and sad. Then she asked Ibrahim alayhi salam to take his wife Hajar and her baby Ismail and leave the house. Leave whom? So he went. This is the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He went to Mecca and he left them there. There it was the location of the Kaaba. They stayed there, and when Ismail, as you will see inshallah there, when Ismail was crying after they lost, after everything they have, the food and the drink they have is run out, then Hajar alayhi salam, as you will do inshallah, all of you, she done the sa'i between Safa and Marwa, just looking for a source of food or water to be able to survive, to breastfeed her baby. And at the end, after she done the sa'i, the water came out from the underneath the feet of Ismail alayhi salam. Anyway, you came as a response for the call of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he done the call on behalf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you are the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Since when? Since you made the intention that you are coming for Hajj, this is the start. When you manage to apply and to try to get the visa for Hajj, this was the answer for the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he called you since long time ago. Okay, what is Hajj? What is Hajj? Can somebody tell me what is Hajj? I'm waiting for the answer. What is Hajj? I'm not lecturing you. What is Hajj? Can somebody tell me? Yes? Everyone is scared to raise his hand. What is Hajj? Down to Mecca, yes. Rukn, one of the pillars of Islam. MashaAllah. What is else? Any other answer? Complete submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. MashaAllah is excellent answers. Okay? Hajj, linguistic aspect is to aim to somewhere. When I say I'm going to this place, I'm aiming it to this place, this is Hajj. But Hajj in our Sharia is the journey to visit the sacred house, to perform the Hajj action as our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam shows us. This is Hajj. And as my brother answered, he said one of the pillars of Islam. How many pillars of Islam we have? 5. I forgot them. Can somebody remind me? What are the first? 5. What are the first? Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. The second? Salah, iqam as-salah, ita az-zakah, sawm Ramadan, hajj al-bayt man istata'a ilayhi sabila. Excellent. I should stay here. You didn't need anything. You didn't need any help. Okay? We have 5 pillars. The first, to witness that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the Prophet Muhammad is the last Prophet and the Messenger. When I say Prophet Muhammad is the last, it means I believe in all the prophets and the messengers who came before. I can't say, yes, I believe in Prophet Muhammad, I don't care about Moses, Isa, Noah, whoever. No. I must, as a Muslim, I must believe in all the prophets and the messengers who came before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also their scriptures. This is one of the pillars of when I say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. It means I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and all the prophet and the messengers who came and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the first pillar, and this is the main pillar of Islam. The second is iqam as-salah. Who is doing iqam as-salah here? Who's doing iqam as-salah? MashaAllah. 1, 2, 3, 4. MashaAllah. What is the meaning of إقام الصلاة? To pray? To perform the prayer? I'm sorry, no. إقام الصلاة, the word of إقام, it means establish. Establish the prayer. Unfortunately, we as a Muslim, we are praying. That's it. We are not establishing the prayer. We just praying. But the pillar of Islam is to establish the prayer. As I'm establishing any building, when I do a building, I put the foundation, the pillars, and the bricks, and all this stuff. The prayer must be like that. So now we are in our way for Hajj. We must get ready to establish the prayer, not to pray. When I pray, as our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told us, when he said, "Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usall," pray as if you have seen me praying. How Prophet Muhammad used to pray? He used to stand on his heart with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now the Muslim care very much about how he stand, how he stick his feet to the feet of the next one, his shoulder to the shoulder, the clothes he is wearing, but his heart and his mind is far away from the prayer. I'm sorry. This prayer is not acceptable. So we are now starting afresh, start with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to learn how to establish the prayer. When I stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pray, when I say Allahu Akbar, the first takbir, now I divorce the life. I divorce this dunya. And I submit myself completely to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I see nothing but Allah. I think about nothing but Allah. I see no one but Allah. This is the prayer. When I'm reading and reciting the Quran, as you heard the recitation of the Quran, I must think about the verses. I'm listening. Someone will say, "I'm sorry, I don't know Arabic." It is your fault. It is your fault. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this Quran in Arabic language, and everyone, every Muslim must learn the Arabic language to understand this Quran. Because the first verse came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Iqra," read. Read. Before the prayer, before the zakah, before the Hajj, before anything else, read. Read what? اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Learn about your Allah. Learn about your religion. Learn about your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the second read, because the verse saying اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم. The second read is for the other, for the physics, for the mathematics, for the geography, history, everything else. But the first اقرأ is compulsory. We call it فرض عين. Compulsory on individuals. And everyone, male or female, he must learn about his religion first. I'm not asking everyone to be sheikh or alim, no. But at least learn the basics, the foundation of your religion, to know how to communicate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can see the Muslim and the Imams in Ramadan, in Hajj, everywhere, they are supplicating, "Oh Allah, do that, kill the disbelievers, do that." And unfortunately, disbelievers are going up and we are going down. Why? Because we have no foundation. Our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have no foundation. We don't know how to communicate with Him. Allah never asked us to supplicate against anyone. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he never supplicated against anyone. I don't know from where we got that. Okay? So if really we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so there is no other space for the hatred, for the envy, for anything else. Only love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we love Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we will follow his sunnah. We will do exactly what he used to do. Because this relationship between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet Muhammad sallam the solution of all our problems. Muslims nowadays, they are in trouble. Why? Because they lost the connection with Allah. They lost the connection with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it is very important to keep your relationship with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with Allah first, then Prophet Muhammad. Because if you are in difficulty, you can ask Allah, then you ask Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to intercede for you. Once Imam Ghazali, do you know Imam Ghazali? You heard about him. He is one of the great Imams. Okay? And once, just to show you an example, if you have a good relationship with Allah and the Prophet Muhammad sallam, whenever you ask or you are in difficulty, straight away you will get the help. So Imam Ghazali, once he was giving his lecture in the mosque. His student is from the Imams and the scholars. They are his student. So one of the audience, he stood up and he said, Imam, Allah is saying in Surah Al-Rahman, كل يوم هو في شأن. Every day, there is something for Allah to do. What is the sha'n of Allah today? What Allah is doing today? What He is doing today? So Imam Ghazali, he couldn't answer. He kept silent. MashaAllah, nowadays, our Imams, our Mullahs, whoever, okay, Sheikh, whenever you ask him, straight away he gives the fatwa, he gives the answer, straight away. Because he knows everything. He is better than Imam Ghazali. Imam Ghazali, the great Imam, he stopped. He kept silent because he doesn't know the answer. Nothing wrong with that. So the second day, the man came again and asked the same question. And again, Imam Ghazali kept silent. The third day, it is the same. So Imam Ghazali said, no, I have to do something. So he supplicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he seek the help of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to him in his sleeping and said to him, Ghazali, tell the man, give him the answer. Every day there is something for Allah not to do, to discover it. Because everything was written before. Just every day something we will discover. So the Ghazali, next day, he came and he asked for the man who asked the question. He's happy now, he got the answer. Okay? So then the man came. And the Ghazali told him, you asked me for this question. And I couldn't answer you. Now I will give you the answer. Inna lillahi umuran yubdiha wa la yabtadiha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has something to just show us, not to initiate it. Because everything was started from long time ago. Just every day he shows us, show it to us, discover it for us. Then the man told Imam Ghazali, O Ghazali, أكثر من السلام على الذي أخبرك الإجابة في المنام. Make more prayer, more salah on the one who gave you the answer in your dream. Okay? So this is the solution. If I have a good relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and with Prophet Muhammad sallam, then whenever I need their help, they will be with me. They will be backing me. Okay? So this is we must follow the way of Prophet Muhammad sallam in establishing the prayer. The third one, to pay zakah. Prophet Muhammad sallam didn't say to give zakah. Okay? Ita is zakah. Ita is zakah. It means I got the zakah on my hand and I go to the poor people and request and beg them to accept my zakah. But come please, take this to show off that I'm paying, I'm helping. Okay? This is not the way of Prophet Muhammad to get zakah because it is their right in your money. And when you give zakah, give it in the right way. Okay? Then the fourth is to fast Ramadan. MashaAllah, we are fasting Ramadan in a good way. Okay? We are hungry, thirsty, but committing sin all the time. Backbiting, doing so and so. This is not fasting. Okay? So we need also, again, to make fresh start, to learn how to fast Ramadan. Going for Hajj. Okay. This is the last. This is the ceiling. This is the top of all the pillars. Okay. What is the reward of Hajj? Can somebody tell me, please? I forgot the reward. What is the reward? What you are expecting from Hajj? Jannah, mashallah, Jannah. All the sins will be forgiven, inshallah. What is else? Mashallah, mashallah. Okay. The answer of this question, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ gave it to us. Now, if we read, if we learn about our religion, we will see there is nothing has been missing. Because Islam, our religion, is not only for us. It's not only for us. Islam, it is the system of our daily life. If everyone in this universe will follow the teaching of Islam, believe me, all the problems we have will be sorted out. It's not only something just to do worshiping or to act. It is the daily life system. Because Islam, the name of all the religion came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I say Islam, doesn't mean only the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Adam alayhi salam came with Islam. Noah came with Islam. Musa came with Islam. Isa came with Islam. All of them with the name of Islam. Because Islam is submission. To submit myself, my heart to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is Islam. But the teaching came with Prophet Muhammad sallam. It came to cover all the life. Because Allah doesn't send to Prophet Muhammad sallam only for us. It's for everyone. Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu inna arsalnaka linnas for the whole mankind. Kaffatan bashiran wa nadhira. O Muhammad, we have sent you for the whole mankind. It's not only for his followers. It's for everyone. So the teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is for everyone. It's not only for us. If we follow, all our problems will be sorted. Okay? So, once Prophet Muhammad sitting, and two people, they came and asked Prophet Muhammad, this question I ask you. What is the reward of Hajj? To feel that you are not wasting your money when you go for Hajj. You are not wasting your time. If you know the reward that Allah prepared you, if you are sincere, the condition. If you are sincere in your Hajj, if your money is from halal way, okay, then the reward as Prophet Muhammad sallam told us. Okay, since you came out from your home until you reach to Mecca, inshallah, as Prophet Muhammad said, if you are riding a camel, but unfortunately, Brother Shafi is taking us with the aeroplane, not with the camel, okay? So, Prophet said, if you are riding a camel, then whenever the camel will raise the hoof and lower the hoof, one hasana will be written, and one sayyi'ah, one sin will be cancelled. But Shafi, he deceived us and he taken us with the aeroplane. Then we will not be able to count this. Now this will be counted as you riding a camel from here until Mecca. How many steps, how many times the camel will raise and lower the hoof? We can't imagine. So this is only just for going there with the intention of Hajj. Okay? So this is one of the reward. When you do the tawaf, But we do tawaf with what? MashaAllah. You see the Muslim there doing a tawaf, holding the mobile. Hello, I am okay. Making a film, videos, MashaAllah. Why you are doing? Why you are doing? You are in tawaf. Tawaf is a prayer. Tawaf is prayer. You are praying. You are in salah. Okay. Just in tawaf, you are allowed to speak out. That's it. But you are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is watching you, observing you. And you are talking to someone, making a video. You can make a videos as you like, but not during the tawaf. Finish your tawaf first. During the tawaf, submit yourself completely to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even those who are holding the books and reading all the why you are doing? Why you are doing? Do you think Allah doesn't know what is in your heart? He is closer to you than anything else. وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. Allah is closer to you than the vein passing the blood to the heart. If this vein stops a second, we are not here in this life. So Allah is closer to you than that. Why you are reading? Why you are? Tell him about what is in your heart. He knows before you tell him, but he would like to listen to your voice. Allah loves to listen to you, asking him. And keep asking him. Many times, he loves that. And at the end, he will give you. So tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about what is in your heart. So doing the tawaf, you must be free. Your heart is free for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your mind is free for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tell him whatever. With any language. Tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can you imagine if you are talking to your friend? Sometimes if I am upset, I have a problem, I come to the close friend and I started to talk to him. After that, I feel relaxed. My friend, he can't do nothing for me. He can't do nothing. But Allah will do. So talk to him as if you are talking to the closest friend to you. Tell him whatever you want. Okay? This tawaf, as our Prophet, the reward of this tawaf, as if you free slave. But there is no slaves now. So what is the reward of freeing slave? Allah will free you from the hellfire. Just for the tawaf. Then the sa'i between Safa and the Marwa is the same. So how much reward? It's not only just to come back. Sin free. And inshallah, as if you was born, newborn for you, and just you will go to Jannah, is not that only. So someone will say, what is more than I want? What is more than Jannah? Everyone, his aim to go to Jannah, inshallah. There is something is better than Jannah. للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة. الحسنى الجنة. Those who done the worshipping in the best way, they will go to Al-Jannah وزيادة, and some additional. What is the additional? To see the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is much, much better than the Jannah. But I got a lot of reward from Hajj. Okay? It will be reserved for your family, for your children. Until the seventh one. They will get benefit of your worshipping. So, this is when we go to for Hajj, inshallah. Is my time is over or? Brother Sibai? Huh? Just a few minutes, inshallah. So then, when we are going there, inshallah, we must make the intention sincerely. that we will do all this action for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are going to establish new covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every one of us has a covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before he was born, since Adam alayhi salam. Because when Allah created Adam, Allah shows him all his descending, and he asked us a question: Alastu bi rabbikum? Did I am your God? All of us, we said yes. You are our Lord. So this is the first covenant. The second covenant we have done when he was born, and they write for the birth certificate, we are a Muslim. Okay? So this is the first. But unfortunately, we broke the both covenant. So we are going now to refresh our covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To tell Allah, we are coming to you. We are coming to your house to sign, to refresh a new covenant. And we promise you that we will never break this covenant. This is your intention. If just you are going to do Hajj, just as you are taking the box, please save your money and your time. But if you are going for Hajj to establish and to make a fresh start in your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then inshallah you will get the reward. So everyone, inshallah, before we leave, he must get himself ready, spiritually ready for the Hajj, to promise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, I'm coming to your house to seek your forgiveness and to seek your help. So please do help me. And I promise you, I will follow the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay? This is the first action you will do, inshallah, before you leave. Before you leave home, you will pray 2 rak'ahs, inshallah, at your home. Okay? You have a shower and you pray 2 rak'ahs with the intention of traveling for Hajj and Umrah. Okay? These 2 rak'ahs, the first rak'ah will be with Al-Fatiha, recite Al-Fatiha, and قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. The second rak'ah, recite Al-Fatiha and قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. And say goodbye to your family, to everyone. Make sure that you reconciliate your relationship with everyone before you leave. If you have any loan or debt, you should pay it before you leave, not the mortgage, because the mortgage is long term. If I have any loan for a long term, doesn't matter, and I'm paying just monthly or whatever, okay, there's no problem with that. But if I have a loan from someone, okay, I need to repay it before I leave or seek his permission. So reconciliate your relationship with everyone, with your family. It doesn't make sense you are going for Hajj and you cut off the relationship with your sister or your brother or your mother or your parents. Doesn't make sense. Okay? You have to reconcile that before you leave, inshallah. Okay? So this is the first action we will do, inshallah. Because we are going to Medina, inshallah, there is, of course, you will not buy the ihram clothes. Okay? You will, inshallah, when we arrive to Medina, inshallah, we will tell you about when and how you will make the ihram, inshallah. Okay? Our time in Medina, we must enjoy this time and strengthen the relationship with our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not just by going praying and coming back. No. No. You must think of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he suffered to deliver this message to us. How he suffered from his people to carry on and delivering this message. We think about his morals, his behavior, his characters, because it is a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to follow him. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. You have the best example in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For anyone, he is looking to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is looking for protection of the Day of Judgment. So this time we spend in Medina, we must use it for strengthen the relationship with our, but to learn about Prophet Muhammad. Learn. Education is only the solution for Muslims. We have no any other solution. Education is only our solution to pass this difficulty we have. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us, inshallah. May Allah will accept our Hajj and the Umrah, inshallah. May Allah send back here safely, inshallah. And if any question, I don't know, I think after Brother Sibai, we will be ready, inshallah, to receive the question about anything, inshallah. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair. If anyone has a question before he comes. I'm scared of him, yeah. Just question? MashaAllah. Yes. Yes. Okay. In the Holy Quran, you will see many verses Allah saying, Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyya. We have sent this Quran in Arabic language. لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. For those who has a brain to understand. Okay. Using or choosing the Arabic language, it was nothing just by luck or by incident that the Quran came in Arabic. But the Quran came in Arabic for many reasons. So we must to understand that, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Quran not to read it. Allah sent the Quran to think about it. Okay? أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ. Didn't they think of the Quran? أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is encouraging us to understand this Quran. No one can understand the Quran without Arabic language. Those Imams, Al-Qurtubi, Ibn Kathir, all those Imams of Tafsir and the Hadith, they are non-Arabs. But they learned the Arabic language and they benefit us until now. So this is the reason. Inshallah, we'll talk more about that, inshallah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sharkawi, for this valuable talk. And I hope you found it useful as well. And inshallah, we'll be hearing from him again and again once we are in the Holy Land, inshallah. Okay, now down to business, brothers and sisters. We'll be going through the itinerary now from the minute from the day we leave Heathrow until we come back. You should have with you this copy of this itinerary, the detailed itinerary. And you should have one of those as well. Yeah? Now, just to mention that please have the correct itinerary with you, because there are about 28 people going on a, we have 2 flights on the 23rd, 2 hours in between, and on the way back as well, we have 2 flights, about an hour and a half in between. So I'm sure these 28 people know who you are, yeah? So you should have the right itinerary with you. It's written express on top of it, and then gives you the flight details. So if you have the wrong itinerary, please put your hand up, and one of the staff will give you the right itinerary. But we'll be going through now this one in more details, inshallah. First of all, we'll meet, inshallah, in Heathrow Airport on Wednesday, 23rd. Those who are flying in the early flight, we meet at 1:30 in the afternoon. You may say that the flight is at 6 o'clock. Why should we come at 1:30? You are not flying to Paris or to Los Angeles or to somewhere where you could check in an hour and a half in between. This is Hajj flight. Hajj flights normally overbooked always. So if you come late and the flight is full, airline might offer you a 5-star hotel to stay in, to take next flight, might offer you meals, might offer you a compensation, but you will not be with the group. And that is something I don't wish anybody to happen to. Please be in the airport by 1:30. Come early, meet us there, report to the staff that you are there, check in early, then go inside the immigration, sit down there for an extra hour, but at least you have the boarding pass in your hand. Because to travel separate from the group normally is not good, but let alone it is Hajj time. So please, it's very important, be there by 1:30. It is Heathrow Airport Terminal 4. When you arrive there, we'll be inshallah waiting for you just very close to Saudi Airline check-in desks. I can't remember what zone it is, but we'll be just near the Saudi Airline. Report to the staff that you are there. They'll give you the final instructions, and then you can check in and then proceed towards the migration and to the departure hall. Remember, we gave you in the bag you have with you, we'll be talking about it a bit later, you have luggage tag and you have luggage strap. I'm sure many of you have opened it and seen it already. Put the luggage tag on your bags at home, please, before you come to the airport. Do not check in until each bag has a luggage tag. If for any reason you have one short or you have forgot or whatever, let us know in the airport. Let me explain to you why. The plane will have about 400 passengers. When you arrive there, the luggage will be put together. And because people are rushing, they might pick up a bag which is not theirs. So our staff, ground staff in Medina, will separate our bags. How do they know that's your bag and mine? From the tag. So anything we see with Afta tools, we sort of put it out. We know that it's one of ours. In the past, we had bags missing from the airport. People picked up by mistake. But trust me, they did not have Afta tools tags on it. So this very important, have the tag on it. Yes? Not going by the right stream. Okay. Marwan is here, Shafi'i. Live stream is not working, I was told. The voice not going. So have the luggage tag on your bags, on each bag, and have the strap on it as well. The strap also is a mean of protection for the bag and to also show us from far that this is one of our bags. Once we arrive at Medina Airport, then we have to be in a group. In a group doesn't mean that one standing here and one standing there. Group mean together. Medina Airport now, mashallah, is much bigger than before. Don't know if any of you landed in Medina Airport before in the last 3-4 years. Now they have opened a new terminal. They call it, I don't know what's the name of it, but it's very big terminal. And you might get lost there easily if you don't stay with us. And then we might take the coach and you are not there and that will cause delay. So when Heathrow Airport, I'll give you the freedom. Do whatever you want, have whether you want to have from Costa or Cafanero, if you want to have a sandwich or a panini, whatever you want, fine. But once we land in Medina, you have to be with us. And I'm afraid you'll be imprisoned with us for the next 2 weeks, from 23rd until the 6th of September. It will be good imprisonment, I hope. But if you are with us always, that will give you the details of what we are doing regularly, plus guarantee, inshallah, you will not get lost. Once we arrive at Medina Airport, we'll go to the immigration. They will clear your immigration. And those who have their passport already with them, please check that the visa is on the passport, which is there. We checked it, but just make sure it is there. You will get they will stamp your passport. Then you come out to pick up your luggage. Once you pick up your luggage, you will see the authorities there trying to speed you out. They'll tell you, okay, out, come out, go out. Please do not leave the area until I tell you to do so. When I tell you to leave the luggage area, because I want to be out first to make sure that somebody is there. I know Brother Shafi'i will be there waiting for us. I know that the ground staff will be waiting for us, but I need to make sure that somebody is there to receive us. So once I tell you, let's move, we'll move out. Somebody will be taking our passport once we come out. Either Brother Shafi'i or one of the Afta tour staff or myself or maybe some of the authorities of Ministry of Hajj, your passport will be taken away from you. But don't worry, it will not be lost. I don't know if you realize your passport at the back has a sticker and have Afta tours tag on it. This is means for us to find it, because once the passport is taken away from you, it goes to a central office. And imagine if 10 flights arriving a day, that's minimum, or maybe more, that is 4,000 passengers over 10 days, that's 40,000 passports, all put in one bag or in one area. So that's easy for us to make sure to find the passport. So please leave the tag on it as it is, leave the sticker on it as it is, do not take anything out of it until you come back to the UK. So the passport taken away from you, and then we waiting in an area there just near the exit until Brother Shafi'i cleared the regularity, the formality there to get the coach for us to transfer us to our hotels. We'll be going, inshallah, in Medina to Dalla Taiba Hotel, or the majority of passengers will be going to Dalla Taiba Hotel. It's a deluxe 4 stars. When I say deluxe, I mean deluxe in 2 aspects: the location of it and the quality of the hotel. When you come out from the hotel door, you walk no more than maybe 30, 40 steps, and you are in Haram Marble. In fact, ladies, that is your entrance straight away. We men, we have to walk maybe another 20 steps to our entrance. So the location of it is excellent. Restaurants there in the hotel is excellent as well, and their room is brilliant as well. So although it is 4 stars here, written here, legally it's 4 stars, but I would take it as almost 5 stars. So it is a beautiful hotel we are in, inshallah, there. Once we arrive at the hotel, please give us time to get the room keys if they are not ready already with Brother Shafi. We'll give you the room keys. Make your luggage known to the porter, to tell him which room number you are in, and the porter will take your luggage to your room. If you want to take your luggage yourself to your room, by all means, you just drag it with you, just wheel it on the wheels, put it in the lift, and off you go. Any questions so far? Well, I know there'll be no questions because that's very easy. Well, not now, the questions later. So far we are on holiday. Yeah? We haven't done anything different than normal time. This is what you do normally when you travel, don't you? Yeah? Check in, check out, in the hotel, take your room keys. In Medina, we are there, inshallah, unlike usual. Usually we are there for 3 nights, but this time, mashallah, we are there for 4 nights in Medina. So we'll have enough time to visit Haram, as Dr. Sharkawi said, to meet there for talks. Lately, in the last maybe 5-6 years in Saudi, to have meetings in the hotels is banned. I mean, in the past, we used to hire a hall, and we used to have as many meetings as we want every day. Now, things gathering in Saudi now, due security issues, and I'm sure all of you will understand that, Saudi banned any meetings in any hotel unless they have permission from the authorities in the relevant city, Medina or Mecca. In Medina, inshallah, I think in Medina we got the permission to have the meeting done. We'll be meeting, inshallah, every day in the hotel between Asr and Maghrib. And Dr. Sharkawi will enlighten us there with more of his talks, whether they are general or whether they are specific to Medina itself, or whether they are specific to Hajj itself. But they will be very, very useful. Inshallah, we'll let you know the venue of it later. And we'll have there, our stay there will be on the basis of breakfast and dinner. So you have your both meals in the hotel. One of those days we'll go for the outside ziyarah. We'll leave, inshallah, at 7:30 in the morning, and we'll visit the Battle of Uhud place, where Sayyidina Hamza is buried and the Shuhada of Uhud are. We visit Masjid al-Qiblatain, the place where the Qibla changed from Jerusalem to Makkah al-Mukarramah, and then we visit Masjid Quba, inshallah, and we'll talk about these in full details in the relevant coaches. We'll have 3 coaches, inshallah, and each one of you will be assigned a coach, but that will not kick in until we arrive in Mecca. So we'll talk about that later once we are in Medina. When we are in Medina for the ziyarat, you could sit in any coach you want. It's not an issue. But please, once you sit in a coach in Medina, stick to it. So if you sit in coach, for example, the coach which I'm in, or Doctor is in, or Shafi is in, when you finish the ziyarat of that place, come back to the same coach. So at least we know that the number of people are complete in the relevant coach. And please keep the front row of the coach empty for the volunteers to use during the trip. So far I'm talking generally, and then we'll come back to the itinerary and go through it line by line. Coming back to the itinerary here, so after we flew from London, you reported the group leader that you are there. You checked in and you went to the immigration. You put the luggage tag on your baggage and the straps. You checked in. The bracelet will be given here, the bracelet, Shafi? We'll ask him in a minute. And then have 2 copies of your passport, please, in your handbag. 2 copies of the passport and 2 copies of the visa. You might need the passport copy, or not you might, you will need the passport copy when you go to get local SIM, which we'll talk about that a bit later. So have your passport copy with you just in case you need it. In Medina, after you're collecting your luggage, please don't wander around. And we have in the past people start to wander around and took us time to find them. Stick to the group. And then after Ministry of Hajj finish our paperwork, we'll take the coach, inshallah, to our hotels. Coach journey will be about maybe 20, 25 minutes. But once the coach moves, because once we arrive at the airport, we have to wait for the coaches to be ready for us. Unfortunately, Hajj time, we are not free to do what we want. If we are free to take our own coaches, then we'd have ordered it before, waiting for us, boarded and move. But Hajj time, we are restricted to take government coaches. So we wait for our coaches to be ready, and once the coaches move, 20, 25 minutes we'll be, inshallah, in the hotel. At Medina Hotel, after you checked in, you take your room keys. Yeah. Come to the second page, we have 24th and 25th of August. We are so far talking about something very normal. We haven't come to the Hajj time yet. We haven't come to Mecca yet. We haven't come to Mina Arafah yet. So the 2 days will be spent at our leisure. We have lectures as well, as we said. And then the historical places will be done on the 26th of August. That is the day for our ziyarat. So the coach will pick us up from the hotel and drop us back at the hotel. Qurbani, as you know, is not included in the package. You have many choices for the Qurbani. You may request someone else to do it for you on your behalf, or you may ask us to do it for you. We have someone there who guarantee that they do it for us very early on Eid day. So by the time we finish our Rami and by the time we finish the hotel, we reach the hotel that morning, which is Eid day, the day after Arafah, the first day of Mina. By the time we reach the hotel, we'll get the phone call that your Qurbani is done. If you wish that to be done by us, then the cost is either 900 riyals or 200 pounds, depend on your choice. So that will be collected from you in Medina, because by the time we leave Medina, we need to know how many Qurbani we need to instruct our contact there to have enough sheep for the Qurbani itself. And if you realize, so far I'm talking about itinerary in English date, talking about August. In a minute, I'll be moving towards Zil Hajjah. Why am I doing that? Because Hajj and Arafah day depend on the sighting of the moon. And we don't know when first Zil Hajjah until we are there, and in many occasions, they change the Arafah day a few days before. So once we come to the second or the third section of the page number 2, you get now 4th Zil Hajjah, which is 27th of August. That day, inshallah, will be departing from Medina to Mecca. Now, the SIM card, I'll talk about it now, is useful, I think, now. Your phone, your UK phone, will work in Saudi, but roaming charge is a bit high. So to use it for daily use to make phone calls, you come back to UK and you'll find a hefty bill waiting for you at home. You could either buy a SIM card from there. Of course, you have to go to the company itself to buy it. Don't buy it from the streets, because if you buy it from the company, there are 3 companies there. One called Zain, one called STC, and one called Mobily. 3 are the same coverage, the same prices. It's just you have to see which office has less people to queue to get the SIM card. You need a small phone. You don't have to have a huge smartphone. Any small phone which is unlocked can be used abroad to put your SIM in. That is very useful to get in contact with, say, to ring your wife when she's in the ladies section in Haram, or to speak to us or whatever, something to use locally. Your phone from UK, however, would work on the internet there if you want to use it for WhatsApp, for any other thing. But remember, in Saudi Arabia, none of the voice apps work there, except Skype and Emo. So Viber, WhatsApp voice, TalkTalk or Kakao, whatever they are called, they don't work. If you want to guarantee one to work there, load Emo, IMO, on your phone, or Skype. But Emo is very easy to download, and you could speak to your loved one back in the UK. And that is, of course, when you have internet. We will be, inshallah, doing a broadcast group. So if I have anything important, which I will have always, to WhatsApp you, to send you the details of what's happening next. I mean, sometimes we would know what's happening tomorrow, and sometimes we have to change the plan very quickly. So if there is any change of plan quickly, we'll ring you on the phone in your rooms. But if I have somebody tell you for tomorrow, then I could WhatsApp you. I would request you all, please, to give your phone numbers to Dina or Iman in the office. And say, for example, you have husband-wife, and the husband did the booking, for example. It is useful to have the wife's phone number as well, so we could add her on. So when you do the broadcast, you could receive a copy of what is happening as tomorrow, day after, just for the program. It's a broadcast group, not WhatsApp group. So we send you the information, but you cannot reply to it. I'm sure many of you know this system. So the SIM card become useful. You need your passport copy, and they will take your fingerprint, and you load it in your phone, and you make local phone calls. Internet available in Dalla, in the rooms and in the lobby, quite fast as well, but not as fast as UK. We are not on 4G or fiber or whatever. It's fast to Saudi, not fast for us. So when it is a bit, plus remember the hotel will be full at that time, and everybody using the internet. So you need to be patient with that. Oh, did I say patient? Did I say that? You need a lot of it. Yeah, it's one of the items you have to pack with you. When can you buy it from, patients, doctor? From the shop. Okay, he will tell you which shop later. Patience is very, very, very important there. Yeah. In fact, once you leave London, and once you leave London because you are in Saudi airline, you are already in Saudi territory. You have to forget something called timing. So if you tell you the bus will come at 5 o'clock, and the bus come at 5:30, don't blame me, please. Yeah, you're not in Paddington for the train to arrive on time. I advise you to throw your watches away. But if you have Rolex, give it to me. Don't throw it away. Have the watch in your hand just to tell you the timing, to tell you what time it is. Have the watch in your hand just to know what day it is. And believe me, many of you will forget what day it is. Trust me, you will. You will not even remember what day it is, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 27, 28, 29. In fact, once you are in Heathrow Airport to go, you will just blink and you'll find yourself in Heathrow Airport picking up your luggage coming back home. These 14 days will go very, very, very quick. But, mashallah, they will be filled with spiritual experience, inshallah, once you are there. Any questions so far? But any immediate questions? If you have any general question, we'll have at the end we have about an hour for question and answer. But any immediate questions on this? Let me know so I could repeat. Otherwise, I'll proceed. Okay, so coming now to 27th of August, which is 4th Dhul Hajjah, to leave from Medina to Mecca. Our checkout time, first of all, we have to get our, alhamdulillah, we have our flight booked. Our flight from Medina to Mecca booked. It is written in the front of the itinerary, on this one, in front of this one. We'll leave, inshallah, on flight number SV. So it is 27th of August. It will be corresponding, I think, 5th of Dhul Hajjah, not 4th. Our flight is SV1437, leaving at 19:35 and arriving in Jeddah, inshallah, at 20:40. Now, internal flights in Saudi, we cannot check luggage in. So our bags will not be with you on the plane. We will be having a van, inshallah, as every year we do that. And our luggage will be transferred from Medina to Mecca. What time we need to get our luggage ready that morning? Two a.m., right? 9 o'clock. So who is awake then? Who is sleeping? Yeah? So 9 o'clock in the morning. I could see now some following, some not. Because I said 2 and you said yes. So have your luggage ready by 9 a.m. Now, you could put it at 7:30, but not 9:05. Yeah? So put it a bit earlier than 9 o'clock. The porters will come, pick up your luggage. Again, having Afta Tour's luggage tag on the bag will help the porters know where your luggage should go. Because there'll be many other groups leaving that day. And imagine if your bag goes with another group, disaster. So the luggage tag is very important with the strap. Have your luggage ready on the outside your room by 9 o'clock in the morning. Don't take in your hand anything else apart from the very, very essential items. And that should be no more than the small bag which you have with you which we gave you, that the blue one. Yes, brother? We'll talk about it in a minute. Have you booked one already? Okay, we'll discuss that with you, inshallah. So in your handbag, you have only a small bag which we gave you, the blue one, which you have to put in it maybe a dua book, maybe your cell phone, and maybe, I don't know, I mean, what else you would need? It's only a short journey between Medina to Jeddah and then back to Mecca hotel. So the very essential item, no liquid should be there because you can't carry liquid on the plane. But the rest of the items should be in your suitcase, outside your room by 9 o'clock. They'll be picked up by the porters, brought down, loaded on the van, and the van will take it to Mecca al-Mukarramah. If the van was allowed to enter Mecca when they arrive to Mecca, then you arrive in Mecca hotel and your luggage will be there. If, however, because there are controls, I mean, you'll see that once you arrive there. If you haven't been to Saudi yet, you don't understand what I'm talking about. What do you mean control? What do you mean checkpoints? In Saudi, everywhere you go, you see police checkpoints, making sure that those who are entering Mecca, number one, have Hajj visa, and number two, they are like, you know, they need to know who is entering and who is leaving. So once you arrive, if they allow the van to enter Mecca, then the luggage will be ready. If not, once they allow it in, our experience, however, in the past, the van not allowed to get in before midnight. So when you arrive in Mecca, your luggage, 99% will not be ready in the hotel, which I'm happy about. Let me explain to you why. If your luggage is ready there, then you'll take time to take it from the lobby to your room, to open it, to do whatever you want, and then that will delay you doing your Umrah. But if your luggage is not there, the only time you have to come to Mecca hotel, go to your room, refresh, out of the hotel, go to Haram, and finish your Umrah Tamattu. And once your luggage there, I'll let you know, inshallah, that your luggage is there, so you could pick it up, or the porters could bring it to your room. So no checked luggage in the internal flight. It should be all in the bag to go by van. So that is on the 27th of August. And that is the day we are arriving to Mecca, and this is where Hajj will start. We'll start Hajj with Umrah at Tamattu. So once you go to the hotel, you put your, you take your room key. If luggage there, you take it with you. If not, you wait for it, and then you come back to Haram to finish your tawaf. What do you do when you come there? You do tawaf al-qudum and sa'i. And that I would leave it for Dr. Sharkawi to indulge in. You see, we have an agreement, me and him. That's why we work well. He doesn't interfere with logistics. I don't interfere with spiritual. Is agreement still on? Do we have to renew it every year, or is it still on? MashaAllah, thank you. Okay, so far? Yeah? Now, during our stay in Mecca, take advantage of visiting Haram whenever you can, and as much as you can. Haram is just opposite your hotel. Now, we'll be in Mecca, we'll be in two different hotels, like Medina will be in Dar al-Taqwa and in Dalla Taiba. In Mecca, we'll be also in Dar al-Tawheed for those who are in Express Plus, and we'll be in Fairmont. By the way, you got upgraded. I don't know if you know that or not. We were supposed to be in Hyatt Regency, and they upgraded us to Fairmont. Fairmont is a beautiful 5-star hotel. I used it once, and I like it very much. I mean, especially if you travel a lot and you know what 5-star is, Fairmont is one of those high-class ones. So thank you, Brother Shafi'i, for that. Keep all your valuables in the safe deposit box. When you go to Haram, don't take your bangles. In fact, don't take them to Saudi with you anyway. And why do you take your gold with you and your bangles and your... why should you run the risk of losing them? But if you have taken some with you, or your money, which you'll have money with you, by the way, if you have money there, you don't need... I'm happy to use it for you. I mean, I'll do shopping in Niyaba on your behalf, and I will take your name and I will use it on your behalf as well. Anybody want this service? No, I'm only joking. But keep the money, keep the valuables in the safe. I mean, most of you are in double rooms, or family of 3 know each other. But if you are 2 men in the room or 2 ladies in the room, then obviously agree on a code and then use it for that. The hotels are safe. We have never come across, alhamdulillah, in our past, as many years as we've been doing it, we have never come across a worker stealing money from the bags or whatever. But why should you risk it? Yeah, put it in the safe and make sure that it is locked and only you know the code for the safe. we will have full access to our hotels. What does that mean? Have you heard of Azizia? Who heard of Azizia before in Saudi? Yeah. Azizia is an area very close to Mina. Mina is the place where we will be, I'm forgetting to use the, oh, here we go. So Mina, you could see Mina in the middle, which is just on the border of Mecca. Is the place where we will stay there for 3 days. We'll not stay there fully, but we'll be visiting over the 3 days. So Azizia is a place famous Hajj time for people to stay in their hotel in Azizia, so they could access Azizia whenever they want to from Mina. And that is only useful when you are in Mina. But if you want to go to Haram from Azizia, then I'm afraid it's quite long journey. To get a taxi, to get a bus, whatever, it's a very long journey. We used to, Afta used to have hotel in Azizia. And we used to have hotel in Mecca for 3 days and then move to Azizia. But then we found that not something our passengers want. So we shifted our strategy and we book our hotels near Haram always. So when you check in your hotel in Fairmont or Dar al-Tawheed, the hotel is yours until the end of the trip. So when we go to Arafah and back to Muzdalifah and then back to Mina, once you finish Mina, you want to go back to Mecca for tawaf or for refreshing, the hotel is yours, the room is yours. So when you leave to Arafah, you don't check out. So when I say you have access to your hotel, it means the room is yours always. Unlike those who move to Azizia, when they come to Haram, they have no place to go to. So this is a big advantage where the hotel is yours, plus your luggage is there safe. You don't have to move it from place to place. So once we come back from Mina, refreshed, and back to Mina, and then back to Mecca, back to Mina, you are entering your room in and out. So you don't have to worry about that at all. So you could use it to use it for bathing facilities, to rest, to sleep for a bit. Then we said here that please keep yourself busy with salah. I mean, what is the purpose of going there? Not to chit chat, not to stay, as doctor said, on the phone, talking and what have you. I need to engage yourself in ibadah as much as you can. Recitation of Quran, dhikr, reflection, make amr of dua, help others, get to know others, make friends. And normally, I'm sure all of you today walked in and maybe very few of you know some other people. I mean, almost the most of you is unknown to others. But by the time you come back from Saudi, you would have known everyone. And how that happened? Because you would interact with others. And then in Mina, we are together in one tent, gents in one tent, ladies in one tent. You get to know other and you get to help each other, inshallah. What we were told, there will be lectures available on the 5th and 6th of the Hajj in the Fairmont Clock Hotel. Yeah? And these lectures will be led by Dr. Sharkawi. We highlighted it for you to tell you that it is not confirmed yet. We are still awaiting the approval of the authorities in Mecca to allow us to do lectures. I mean, doctor is ready to give the lectures. The hotel ready to give us the hall to have the gathering in, but we need authorization from the authority there to allow us to do so. So we highlighted for you, tell you that if it happens, if they allow us, which inshallah they will, then we will have the talks. If they don't, then I'm afraid we'll have to wait until we go to Arafah. But inshallah, we'll do our best to get you the authority. Plus, something I remembered now, the itinerary we gave you now, it is a provisional itinerary. Yeah? So if we tell you we are going to say, Mina at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, for example, and then there I tell you we are going at 2 o'clock, then please adhere to the 2 o'clock one, because this is a provisional one. So we have to change the itinerary there according to the circumstances and according to what's happening there. But this is just to give you an idea what will happen on daily basis. So now we have reached the 8th of Zul Hajjah. Any questions so far? Again, so far we haven't done anything unusual, because what you have done here so far is what you do for Umrah. So Hajj rituals haven't started yet. Okay, come to Zul Hajjah, and that is the day before Arafah. Come now, we will go now to this itinerary. This itinerary here, the second page. These are the details, the detailed items of the Arafah Mina itself. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting to move the slides here, but I'll move them back again just for you to take photos of it if you want to. Okay, on the 8th of the Hajj, inshallah, we'll be moving before Zuhr. We will tell you there to put your ihram on. And then this, I'll leave that for doctor to indulge on that later, inshallah. But we will leave Mecca on the 8th of the Hajj. Again, look, I'm not talking about August or September, yeah, because depend when the Hajj is. We'll leave on Eid al-Hajj, and we will be in ihram. We will not take our luggage with us. You take with you to Arafah and Mina only what the essential you need, like your essential medication, maybe toothbrush, maybe sleeping bag if you want to. Talking of a sleeping bag, it's an optional item. Obviously, in Arafah we have our special camp which has carpet. In Mina we have our special tents which has like sofa bed they call it, which is if you fold it become like a sofa to sit on, and if you open it become a mattress to sleep on. It's quite thick, very comfortable. You have a blanket, you have a pillow cover and stuff like that. So I'm not sure about pillow cover. Did I say pillow cover? Maybe not, but pillow definitely. I don't want to promise you something I can't provide. This pillow cover there? Okay, that's fine. Okay. If I don't have one, I'll take yours, yeah? Free. Thank you. In the past 2 years, when we arrived in Muzdalifah, they gave us sleeping bag. Yeah? But if they don't give us this year, please don't hold me responsible for that. A sleeping bag is useful only for Muzdalifah. When we arrive, we'll talk about Muzdalifah in a minute. So if you feel you want to carry it with you, please do. You could buy one from Argos or from any of those shops for £10 or something, but it is useful for that night. So I leave that for you to decide if you want whether you take it or not. And many people take it, use it, and leave it behind. So you don't have to bring it back to UK with you. So essential items. And why am I saying essential items? Because once you come back from Arafah to Mina, you'll come to a point, police standing there monitoring people, luggage not allowed to cross. You are not allowed to take luggage to the Jamarat area. What is Jamarat area? It's a place where shaitan is hit. You're not allowed to take luggage. It happened in the past many times. They stopped us and they took the bags away. In 1 year, we managed to get it back. After a day or two, in 1 year, we lost it. We couldn't get it back. So why should you carry something you don't need to start with? Plus, you will be carrying it all the way because you'll be carrying your own luggage. Plus, you run the risk of taking it away from you. So take only the very essential item. And inshallah, once we are in Medina, we'll be talking again about Hajj itself. And once we are in Mecca, we'll be talking again about going to Arafah, Mina, Muzdalifah. So whatever I'm saying today, if you miss something out of it, don't worry. We'll be repeating that, inshallah, again in Medina and in Mecca. So only the essential item. And then from that minute, you have to be in a group. And let me teach you how the groups are. When you go there, you'll see groups of Turkish people and groups of Indonesians or Filipinos. And I challenge any of you if you can break through them. I challenge you all. If you try to go in between, impossible. Why impossible? Because they're standing like that, together. Our groups, however, will stretch for 2 kilometers. 420 people. That is not a group. Yeah? And if you haven't been to Hajj before, and I tell you crowds in Mina or Arafah, trust me, you will not even imagine it. When you are in Mina, you see nothing but people. You don't see the ground you are walking on, you can't see it. And in many places, you are moving inch by inch, step by step. Not even step by step. You can't even move the full step. So if you are not with the group, and if you are lost, I'm afraid our time will be wasted looking for you, or not wasted, but we delay the other group, and you will be distressed that how you'll find your group. We have our own sign. Do we have one, Mahmoud? Can I see it? We have our own sign. It's like the double size of this A4, A3 size, with Afta tools written on it. And we'll be holding it up. We have a light on top of it. So please keep your eye on the sign. If you are more than 10, 15 meters away from it, then I'm afraid you are not within the group. Not because you could see it, but you might get a group coming in between, one of those groups, solid group, I call them wall groups. They might come in between you, and by the time they cross you, you'll be about maybe 50 meters away from us. And if you take a right turning or left turning, you can't see where we are. So please stick in a group. You have to be Turkish for 14 days. Be Indonesian for a week or so. Okay? So, and okay, be polite when people want to cross you, be polite. But if you allow one person to cross you, another 500 will follow. Yeah, so you need to be polite but firm, if you see what I mean. Yeah? It will be something like that. Mahmoud, let's put it up. Yeah? With the handle on top. Well, that's too big. It will be a bit smaller. So that is our sign there. So whenever you see a black not written Afta tools, you are following the wrong group. You have to follow Afta tools. I'll be stressing on this point a lot. And please do understand me. We are not controlling you. You are all, mashallah, adults. You are all professionals. You are all know exactly what to do. But when you go to Hajj, trust us on this. We did that more than once. And we know what is best for all of us. So please stick to the group together. We will go to, if I tell you we need to be in the hotel ready by 11 o'clock in the morning, please be there by 11. Don't come at 5 past or 10 past. Now, the bus will not come outside our hotel, because our hotel in the main clock tower. We have to walk a bit to go to our bus, our coaches. We will have 3 coaches. We'll have them bus number 1, coach number 2, and coach number 3. We'll give you your coach number, inshallah, once we are in Medina or in Mecca, whenever. But you will know your coach number well before we are going to Mina. And once we tell you are in coach number 2, stick to coach number 2. Because if I'm in coach number 2 and I know that Khalil Ahmad is with me, if I don't see him, it means he's not there. I don't know that he's in coach number 1. I wouldn't know that. So stick to the coach number we give you. The coach will come to a point. If you are not there waiting for the coach to board it, the police will move the coach. And the police there will not understand any language. If the police say the bus move, that's it. There is nothing please, nothing no, nothing yes. The bus has to move. And brothers and sisters, if the bus move from where he is to come back to us will take at least 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, depend how blocked the roads are. Mecca roads during Hajj time get blocked a lot. And if a policeman decide this road will be blocked, not even the king will be able to move him, because the king wouldn't know anyway. So when we tell you have to be there at 11, because I know the coach is coming at 11:30 and I need 20 minutes to reach where the coach is, because I'm in the communication with them always, please be there on time. Help us, please, on that. I beg you for that. We will walk. The walk will not be that long to the coaches. We'll go to the coach. Coach arrive. When we tell you board, please board. Don't try to, you go before me and I go before you and what have you. We had it once in the past. The police moved the coach and the luggage on the ground. We had to physically carry the luggage at least half a kilometer to it, and that was Ramadan time. So once we tell you board the coach, just run to your coach, board it, and then the coach will move. I'm afraid here we know you as Ahmad and Muhammad and Mahmoud and Fatima and Zainab, but there we know you by ID numbers. So when I'm in the coach and say ID 5, 6, 7, please, I will not call you by your name because that will take time. So I say ID 1, say yes. And please, if ID number 1 not there, don't let ID number 2 say yes on his behalf. We are not there to cover each other. Yeah? So we'll be quick count, very quick count, we count, and then we get the coaches moving. We'll move, inshallah, from our hotel. We arrive at always, alhamdulillah, the coach take us just outside our tent on 8th of the Hajj, which is, alhamdulillah, very plus point. We arrive at the coach. Please stay in the coach until I tell you to get off. Now, well, I can't tell you all. I'll be telling one coach, but the other coaches will be with me, and they know what instructions we agree on. You say in the coach, when we tell you off board, come off the coach, we take you to your tent. We give you, the ladies will go to their section, gents to their section, and we will be having lunch and dinner there, Shafi, or just in the first day of Mina? We'll have, inshallah, lunch and dinner. Lunch is a buffet lunch in Mina. This is not heard of normally. And trust me, Afta Tours is one of the very, very few companies who have buffet lunch and dinner in Mina itself. The table will be laid and the buffet will be there, and then we call either the ladies first to serve themselves, and then gents, or vice versa. But then we have our meals. We'll have a talk there or two. I mean, the doctor will be there to enlighten us. And remember, you are going to Mina not to sit down and chat. You are going there for ibadah. So the more we gain out of it, the better. And you are in ihram at that time. Yeah? And we would like you at that time to rest as much as you can. Have a sleep, rest. Even if you are lying down on your mattress, you are resting. Because the important day is tomorrow, 9th al-Hajj. And if you are on 9th al-Hajj not fit enough, and not strong enough, and not awake enough, you will lose the benefit out of Arafah day. So that day will be resting as much as we can. Then after midnight, or just before Fajr, maybe an hour or so before Fajr, we wake you up to do your wudu, and then we proceed towards the train station. I'm forgetting the slide. Okay. Now, the walk between the tent and the train station is not close. There will be a walk. And once we tell you we have to be ready at this time, please be ready at that time. We will have with us 3 of those Afta Tours banners. One will be in the front, one at the back, and one in the middle. So if you are standing somewhere and can't see any of the Afta Tours, then I'm afraid you are, Assalamu alaikum, finished. Do your Hajj yourself, because you can't find us. If you can see only one in front of you, excellent. If you can see 2, you have to be a bit stronger. If you see the 3 of them, then you have to be quick. You have to be in between. Nobody should be ahead of the first banner, and nobody should be behind the last banner. Again, we are not controlling you. We don't want you to get lost. We will go to the train station, and normally we do our wudu before Fajr in the tent, and we leave the tent to go to the train station, and we have to go through escalators, maybe about, I think, 6 or 7 of them going up. And by the time you reach the top floor, you look down and you see yourself quite far up. There will be an open area, and by that time Fajr would be, Azan would be on. We'll pray our Fajr prayers in the train station. Now, again, once we reach the end of the escalators, you will see officials telling you start moving towards the train station. Please don't move until we tell you, because sometimes we look at the time, we know that Fajr coming in 2-3 minutes. We want to pray here, so we tell you to wait. So don't move. Make yourself don't understand English. You don't understand Arabic. You don't understand Urdu. You don't understand Hindi. You don't understand anything. Make yourself, you are dumb and deaf. And just wait for instructions from ourselves. We pray Subh in that area, Fajr inshallah, Jama'at, and then we move towards the train station. Elderly and those who are unable, they have those small cars. What are they called? Buggies, yes, so carry I think 6 or 7 or 8 people. They take them to the station itself, and the able people, they walk it. It's a very pleasant walk. It's about maybe 30-40 minutes walk from the tent to the train station, but it's a very pleasant, plus no sun because it's still at night. So if the buggy people arrive at the station before any of us there, me or Shafi'i there, please don't board the train until we are there. Now once we arrive at the train station, the train will not be that busy. But please don't board the train according to your own will, unless we tell you to board. And in all our past trips, alhamdulillah, we boarded the train from Arafah from Mina to Arafah together in one train, because the rush is not there. So once we tell you to board, you board the train, and that is one photo of it. Yes, you could see it here, the one on the bottom left. If you think the train will be like that when you come back, then carry on dreaming. The trip between Mina and Arafah is about 13 minutes. Once we arrive in Arafah, we tell you to get off the train, and that is where you have to stick to Afta to sign, because there will be many groups coming out of the train and many groups before us on the platform. Everybody want to find their way. So either I'll be in the front and Brother Shafi at the back, or vice versa. But one of us will be in the front, one of us should be at the back. So please be in the middle. We'll walk you towards. In fact, how do we know our camps? Not because we know it every year. They change it almost every year. But 3-4 days before Hajj time, me and Shafi'i leave you alone in Mecca, and we go to Arafah, we go to Muzdalifah, we go to Mina, make sure our tents in Mina are there, fully equipped. Go to Muzdalifah, see our site, see how far it is from the train, see how we have to get out of the train, take left, take right. Arafah, the same thing, so we know where it is. So when the person in the front, trust him. Trust me to trust him. Okay? He knows where he is going. We arrive at our tent in Arafah, and that should be about, I would say, maybe 6 in the morning. Because we would have prayed in the station about, say, 5 o'clock or 4:45. So we'll be there at 6 o'clock. We will have, inshallah, packed breakfast there. They give us like boxes with croissant, orange juice, or milk and cereal, stuff like that to have a quick breakfast. And then we ask you to rest. You rest as much as you can, and then when Dhuhr time comes, by the way, these are private tents. It's not the tents normally people get. Like if you go with another group who don't use private tents, and they go to the normal European tents, there's a huge difference. But because you are coming maybe first time to the private ones, you will not imagine how the normal ones are. But these are really, when I say luxury, I mean luxury. And I'm not selling it to you because you already paid the money, you're already coming. But I'm saying luxury because compared to other tents, they are luxury. Carpet, air condition, hot drink and cold drink available during our stay, lunch, breakfast. So rest as much as you can. Zuhr time, we pray Zuhr and Asr together, Jama'at with doctor. Then we have our lunch. The lunch there is the traditional rice and meat. They come in trays, yeah, and about 4 or 5 people will be for each tray. But believe me, even if you sit 10 people in each tray, you will not finish it. It's ample. The food there is ample. So you have your food. Plus, at that time will be a bit hot. Maybe your stomach is not really accepting food as normal because you are anxious. You are in ibadah mood. You are you don't want to use the toilet much, although the toilet's available everywhere. But yet, alhamdulillah, food is available there to eat because you need to eat. You need to be strong for ibadah. And inshallah, we'll try to spend our time after dinner, after lunch, until evening time with ibadah, and doctor will be leading us, inshallah, while we are there. I request you all, brothers and sisters, when we are in Arafah tent, do not leave the tent. Do not go out and wander around. All tents look the same. Everybody wearing ihram. And to find someone speak English to know where Muhammad Sibai is, it will be impossible. Yeah? So do not leave. We had in the past people left it to go to Jabal al-Rahma. They want to go to Jabal al-Rahma. And they got lost. They came back in the evening. They found us by fluke, I think they found us. But they were so tired, and I don't think they did one prayer even, because they were busy finding us back. So please do not leave the tent. If you want to go to Jabal al-Rahma, go back to Umrah after Hajj and go and stay there as long as you want. But Hajj time, stay in the tents, please. Do not leave. Engage yourself in ibadah as much as you can. Pray for us when you are there. Then in the evening, inshallah, not at Maghrib time, not after Maghrib, before Maghrib, we will stand and leave our tent to go to the train station. Whatever time Shafi'i will tell us at that time, that will be final. If he says we are leaving at 4 o'clock, that will be 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Because he would have checked how busy outside is. He would have checked the way. He would have checked what time we have to leave. And then we will leave the tents, inshallah, You take your luggage with you. Yeah? Do you have any luggage with you at that time? Only the handbag. Yeah? And if you see your handbag has like a pouch where you put your IDs. In your envelope, the one we gave you, there are 2 IDs. Yeah, one to wear, and I forgot to say that, wear it please from Heathrow Airport. I've seen you all now, but I might forget some of you in the airport, so at least to know who is with me, okay? So wear it from the airport and keep on wearing it until we come back, especially when you are in Ihram. Because at least here I could see black jacket and white shirt and yellow dress, but they're already wearing white. So I wouldn't know who's whom unless we see the ID. We come out, we might need to wait outside the station for a bit. Not waiting because we want to wait, but to be able to be ahead of other groups. And at that time, you'll understand what rush is, how people behave, how people push, how people... So you have to be really, really close together. You have to be together. We are 150 people. It shouldn't be more than the space of the 2 tables here. We have to be really together. And once we come to the train, trains will start coming, loading people. And you could see how the queue is moving. And when we arrive at the point we are going board the train, we will assess the situation. If we see that all of us will fit in the train, we'll tell you to board. If we see all of us will not fit, we'll tell you don't board. And if we tell you don't board, whoever comes shouldn't let you board. Yeah, because if you board and take that train without us, you will not find us in Muzdalifah, full stop. So if we tell you don't board, do not board. Nobody should move you. If we tell you board, please board. Let me explain to you how the train is. They are like gates, like Jubilee line in London. You have that glass gates first. So when you are on the platform, it's a glass, right? And then when the train comes, the glass opens where the door of the train is. Similar system there. So not all of us will be on one gate. You have to really move to about 6, 7 of those doors. So we'll try to move you. And if I tell you, for example, brother, please move, don't question me. I'm not doing it for moving you from your wife or from your friend, because I could see a slot in that gate which you could use. And once you are on the door, don't queue. There is no queuing system there. Because if you queue, within 3 minutes, you will have 50 people ahead of you. You have to crowd the door, because nobody getting off. It's not like here you have to let people get off to get in. No. Nobody getting off. You have to crowd that door. You have to really crowd it, so nobody can get in. And once you board the coach, the train, I'm forgetting, 7 minutes, inshallah, we are in Muzdalifah. The train doors will open. I will tell you to, after tours, off the train. Again, there, you have to follow the sign. And at that time, the crowd even bigger, because the trains, every 2 minutes is a train. And imagine every train carrying 1,000 passengers, and they offload them on the platform every 2 minutes. It will take time for people to come out. So when you come out, sometimes you come out and you can't just move from the platform. So be please prepared that you are with the group, and if you tell you to move, just move with us quickly. We'll take you to our, now there are no tents in Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah is just an open place. So that is Arafah. Muzdalifah is an open place. By the way, have you seen the coaches Shafi has? Is it private coaches, Shafi? No, it's private coaches. We have private coaches from to move, and there are quite few, quite nice ones. So you could see the quality of them. You could choose either on the top of the GMC or at the back of the pickup. So, so Muzdalifah is an open land. Yeah, no tents. In the past, there were not even no lights. And in the past, there were no toilets. No, there were. There were 3-star toilet and 5-star toilet. The 3-star toilet, you stand and somebody carrying your ihram and you do your business. And the 5-star toilet behind the rock, if you find one. Today, mashallah, they have buildings of toilets. So you have, and now they have 2 floors. To make it easy for people, and water available everywhere. Not drinking water, of course, drinking water available for us to have, but water there available in the washrooms to do your wudu and to clean yourselves. Normally, when we are in Muzdalifah, they give us an area, carpeted area, and I see no reason why it shouldn't be the same this year. But if it doesn't happen this year, This is where the sleeping bag become very useful. But even if the carpet is there, even to have the sleeping bag on top of the carpet will become useful, because the carpet will be dusty a bit. Not dusty, but with sand, because people will walk around and sand is moving from place to place. So again, if you want the sleeping bag, take with you. Advisable too, if you want to, but optional. So use the sleeping bag there. Then at that night, we give people option. The options are either to stay in Muzdalifah until midnight and then go to Mina and Mecca after midnight. Then why you wrote in the itinerary? I am following the itinerary, and they haven't told me that. I'm very crossed. So can you rewind, please, and delete these sentences? Don't jump. Okay. Okay, boss. Okay, so once we are in Muzdalifah, inshallah, you will arrive in Muzdalifah and we'll pray our Maghrib Isha in Muzdalifah. Again, Jama'at. And then we'll have something to eat. But the food there is not trays of meat and rice. When we leave Mina, when we leave Arafah in the evening, we'll give you one of those boxes which we got for the breakfast to carry with you, because there is no food in Muzdalifah. So to carry that box with you, and once you are in Muzdalifah, you have your meal, your very light meal, and then we sleep in the open area. And have you ever heard sleeping under the stars? That is the night. It's an open land and stars above you. Any stars? Do you have stars in Saudi? And you just, and that time you will sleep because you'll be tired. And those who can't sleep except on their king-size bed with their duvet and all this stuff, I think at that time they sleep anyhow because you'll be tired by that time. Tired and relaxed. Why relaxed? Arafah day is over. Why Arafah day? Arafah day is a day you went for Hajj for. That is the purpose of your day. And I'm sure doctor will talk about the benefit of that day. I don't want to talk about it here. But you'll come back light. All your sins, inshallah, wiped out. So you feel relaxed, you feel contented, you feel peaceful, you feel spiritual. All those nice feelings will be with you. And you will start to, when you are sleeping, and I do that normally, and eyes open, looking at the skies and thinking about yourself, about your future, which sins you will leave behind and not bring back with you home, what better you'll be person when you come back to UK. You'll start wondering, you start thinking, and then you'll drift into sleeping. Just before Subh, inshallah, we'll wake you up if you didn't wake up yourself. And at that time, brothers and sisters, people will be walking around you, people will be talking, but all of that will be to you, will not affect you because you'll be tired and you'll sleep. But it is good to sleep for a bit, even for a couple of hours that night, because you need to rest a bit. Before Fajr, we wake you up. We will have our wudu, pray Subh, Jama'at again, and straight away start moving. Moving where? Back to the train station. And that morning will be even busier than the time you left Arafah back to Muzdalifah. So when we go from Mina to Arafah, the train is not that busy. When we come back from Arafah to Muzdalifah, the train is very busy. When we come from Muzdalifah to Mina, the trains are very, 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 very busy. Again, you have to be in the same group. One year, I remember it happened that Brother Shafi went in, and I couldn't get the whole group in. So we agreed, me and him, that okay, he will take whoever with him, and the rest will stay with me. So if this happens, know whom you are with, whether you are with the person in the front or whether you are the person at the back. So at least have your eye on one of us always, so you know exactly whom you are with. If you don't see any of us, then you are in trouble. You have to see one of us always to know exactly where you are. We go to Mina, again 7 minutes from Muzdalifah to Mina. We get off at Mina station. We tell you to get off. We start walking. And at that time it is one-way system. So you cannot really get lost. But you not get lost, you'll get lost from the group. But it's a one-way system. And we'll start walking, and we'll walk the same way almost we walked from our tent to the train station on the morning of 9 Dhul Hajjah. So we walk back, but on the way back, we stopped at Jabal al-Kubra, at the Shaitan, at the big Shaitan. We stopped there, and we throw the pebbles. Where did you get the pebbles from? Muzdalifah. So when you're in Muzdalifah, one of the duties you have to do when you are there is to collect the pebbles. And we have pebble bags, which we have given in the bag, which I'll show you what we have later. Brother Mahmoud is carrying it. If you look behind you, it's a small bag. That's a pebble bag. You have to collect minimum 49 pebbles, 49 stones. Yeah. If you collect few more, it's fine, but at least it's you have at least, because you need to stone 7 times, and each time 7 stones. So we stoned the shaitan at that time. Again, don't go and stone on your own, because be with the group. So I will stand somewhere in a corner, and because all the columns in the Jamarat are numbered. Slide with this. So that's Muzdalifah. That's Jamarat, yes. I think that is the ground floor from here, but we'll be stoning from the 4th floor, from the top floor. So once I tell you we'll be standing for you here, so you know exactly where the sign is, you will go and stone the shaitan 7 stones, come back where the sign is, and then we carry on moving. Where did we move at that time? We moved straight away back to Mecca. We walk up to the nearest where the coach is waiting for us. We board the coach, and then we come back to Mecca. Where to in Mecca? To our hotel, because the hotel is still ours. We go back to our rooms. Hopefully by that time I'll get the news that the Qurbani is done. For those who have done doing the Qurbani with us, I tell you it's done. Then you do your taqsir, and then if we have enough time, as the itinerary says here, then you do your tawaf, right, on the 10th of the Hajj. But if you don't have enough time, don't worry. You rest for a bit. You have your lunch in the hotel. Obviously, if you arrive early in the hotel, we have our breakfast. But if you arrive late, then the breakfast gone. Then we have our lunch, and then straight away after lunch, we leave Mecca. We leave Mecca back to Mina. So the coaches will take us back, but I'm afraid now the coaches will not take us back to the tent itself, because now that area become no-go zone. It's only pedestrians. The coach will take us to the nearest point where it can go, and then we get off the coach and we walk towards our tents. Our tents, brothers and sisters, very close to Jamarat. That means very close to Shaitan. And that is the only time people love to be close to Shaitan. Because to walk from your tent to Jamarat, if you are in European tents, an hour and a half to come to Jamarat, and an hour and a half to come back. That's 3 hours. Under the heat, you think of it. But we, alhamdulillah, the way our tents are, 5-7 minutes from our tent to Jamarat. If the one-way system is not in place, it's 3 minutes walk. But because it's a one-way system, you have to follow the one-way system, then it takes about 7 minutes. So again, either we take you in 2 groups, or we take you in 1 group. We'll decide when we are there. We go to Mecca on the 10th of Zil Hajjah, after Rami of Jamara Kubra. We rest a bit in the hotel or do tawaf if you have time. We have our lunch, come back to Mina, have our dinner in the tents, and then after midnight, leave Mina back to Mecca. Again, we walk again to the nearest point where our coaches are. We go to Mecca, and at that time you could do your tawaf. If you haven't done it on the first day, you do your tawaf, you finish your rituals, have your breakfast in the hotel, have your lunch in the hotel, and then come back to Mina again. So that is now, we're talking about 11 of Zil Hajjah. Come back to Mina. On the way to tents, we pass Jamarat. So we tell you to take the stones with you. We pass Jamarat, we do the Rami, but now we do the Rami of 3 shaitans. Jamara Sughra, Jamara Wusta, and Jamara Kubra. Okay? And then come back to the tent. Have our dinner, buffet dinner, and then sleep that night in the tent. And then next morning, which is now 12th of Zil Hajjah, wake up in the morning, before Fajr, do our wudu, pray Fajr, and then go to Mecca. On the way to Mecca, we pass Jamarat, do Rami for the 3rd day, go to our coach, and then arrive at Mecca hotel, and that's it, Hajj is over. Complete silence. Congratulations. Now, you may say, I cannot absorb all of that. I didn't absorb all of that. I can't remember all of that. Don't worry. The only time we leave you alone is when you do your shopping. But the rest of the time, any wajibat to be done for Hajj, we are with you. Doctor is available 24/7 for any questions you want. I'm available 24/7. Brother Shafi available 24/7. Any questions you have, throw it on us. We're happy to answer you. But when we do the wajibat, we are doing it together. The only time we are not doing wajibat with you is when you do your tawaf in Haram. But anywhere we go to Arafah, Mina, Muzdalifah, Jamarat, Rami, this, we are together. So don't worry about it. Plus we'll talk about it again in Medina, and we'll talk about it again in Mecca, inshallah. So by the time we are in Mecca, you would absorb what we'll be doing for those 3 days. If you have any questions on this, please jot it down. We'll have at the end about an hour for question answer. But I hope that that wasn't heavy. Yes, brother? Okay, we'll touch on that point when we are in Medina, I think. But the answer to your question is the tawaf and sa'i, you are in your hotel anyway. So when you finish, you come back to the hotel. So this is the whole point I was making initially, that we are not in Aziziyah. If you're in Aziziyah, because we had 1 year, I was helping 1 year in our hotel was in Aziziyah, and yes, we took the coaches to Haram. We told people that, you know, once you finish your tawaf and sa'i, come and meet us at this point to take you back to Aziziyah. But now we are not. Now we are, because if we are in Aziziyah, our package will drop down by maybe £2,000. But when we saw the market want us to take them near Haram, we opted for that. And alhamdulillah, our groups are full always. I mean, this group was full, I think, from May or June. So the demand is there for this. So having your hotel near Haram is very, very useful. So you could go to Haram anytime you do your tawaf and sa'i and come back. However, the first 2 days of Mina day and the second Mina day, it depends how much time you have in the hotel, so you can plan yourself whether you're going to do your tawaf and sa'i or not. Because there are times when we have to leave at certain time. Like for example, on the 11th of Zul Hajjah, the second day of Mina, we have to leave hotel at certain time to be in Mina at certain time to hit Jamarat before Maghrib. So when we look at it, when me and Shafi'i look at it, and Doctor of course, look at it from the organizational point of view and from the wajibat point of view. When you look at it from the comfort point of view, it might not work. You see? Like some people say, okay, I don't do it now, I'll do it in the afternoon. I want to sleep in the morning. Fine, yes. But there are areas you have to do things in the morning. So especially these 3 days, when we tell you have to be ready at this time, please be ready, because we know there is something to follow after that. So now Hajj is over, and now we have reached what? We have reached 12th of Zul Hajjah, yeah, which is the 3rd day of Mina. If we come back to our itinerary now, and you have the yellow section on the second page, the yellow section. So you have 13th and 14th Zul Hajjah. And here we don't know which day is which to be 5th of September. So either we'll have 2 clear days after Hajj or 3 clear days after Hajj. All depend on the Arafah day. You're not losing any days, by the way, because if you have 2 clear days after Hajj, it means you had 1 day extra before Arafah in Mecca. And if you had 3 clear days after Hajj, it means you had 1 day less. So the number of days, you're not losing any. It's just we don't know when Arafah day will be to be able to give you the exact day. But in all cases, we come to the 6th, we come to the 5th of September, and by that time, you should have done your Tawaf al-Wida'. What is Tawaf al-Wida'? Farewell Tawaf of Kaaba. You would have done your Tawaf al-Wida'. Luggage should be outside your room by, is it 1 o'clock in the morning? 2. This time might change. I'll have chat with Brother Shafi'i later on this. We might make it midnight, but it will be that night. Luggage should be ready. Again, your luggage will be taken to Jeddah airport by van. Why we are doing that? Because if the bus doesn't come to pick us from the hotel door itself, we might need to walk a bit to meet the coach. And imagine each one of you walking to meet the coach with 2 suitcases behind him. How would that feel? We'll say no. We'll take the luggage by van. So by midnight or 2 o'clock, whatever time I give you there, your luggage should be outside your room in Fairmont Hotel and in Dar Tawheed Hotel. Porters will pick it up, load it on the van, taken to Jeddah Airport. So by the time we reach Jeddah Airport, the luggage will be waiting for us there. And once we tell you that we need to be ready at this time, I think it will be 5:30, I believe. Yeah, 5:30 in the morning. We have to be ready in where? Where I tell you, because I don't know whether it'll be in the lobby or in the basement. I'll let you know there. We'll be ready there, go to the coaches, boarded, and off to Jeddah Airport to fly back to UK. Once we are back in Jeddah Airport, we'll get our passports back. Where from? Where will you get it back? Don't worry, we'll get it for you. It'll be either me or Shafi'i will have the passport in hand. So at least the headache of looking after the passport is not there. We are looking after it for you. We'll go to the airport, we'll check in, and remember you have those who are traveling on the early flight. I think it was 11:35. You have some traveling at 1:15 and some traveling at 11:35. So it's only about 1 hour and 40 minutes in between. So those who are traveling on the earlier flight, please make yourself known to me when we arrive at Jeddah Airport on the way back to send you in quickly as the first in the queue to check in back to UK. Now I want to come back to itinerary again, the long one, this one, and go through housekeeping. If you look at the last page of the itinerary, please, you have what to take with you to Hajj. Sorry, I'm looking at this itinerary, brothers and sisters. This one here. Yeah, so the last page of this one says what to take with you. I'll just go through it quickly. Toiletries, yeah. One toothpaste, stuff like that. Unscented shampoo or soap. All your medication. Now medication, I mean, maybe some of you, may Allah cure us all, maybe on regular medication. So if you need, say, 2 boxes for 14 days, take 3 boxes in case one gets lost or whatever. And don't put your medication, all of it, in one suitcase. So if husband was traveling, put half your medication in this suitcase, half in that other suitcase. Luggage do get lost. Luggage do get misplaced. But in case, then we have our, we know exactly that you have enough medicine. A sleeping bag, that's optional, we talked about. Travel plug, although now most hotels in Mecca and Medina have the 3-pin plug, but just take one just in case. And then add to the list whatever you find essential. Yeah? I mean, you don't have to take something with you which you don't need. If you forget something from here, don't despair, don't worry. Almost everything available there, almost. We advise you to keep your money in the safe all time and keep your mobile with you. Yeah, sometimes we need to contact you. If any of you, when you reach Saudi, get Saudi SIM, please text me on my Saudi SIM, which is written on your itinerary, your ID and your name. So at least I have your name in case I want to get in touch with you. But I'll mention that to you later there when you are, inshallah. What to take with you? Essential. Oh, look, lot of patience. So it's written here. Yeah? And brother and sister, you need that there. Believe me, you need that. Especially when you're in tawaf, somebody might push you. Do you push back? I mean, you have people who will elbow you, who have like doing their tawaf in a group, and you might get in between by mistake. Yeah, and then try to push you out. Just be patient. Do not get angry. And then pray for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept your Hajj. When packing, things for Hajj, keep in mind, I will not go through them, but they are there for you to go through. Now, just to re-mention again about the staying in one group, staying together in one solid section. Follow the after tour signs always. We'll go through now what you have in your bag. Now, these are the straps. Each one should have 2. Now, Express Plus should have yellow straps, and Express should have blue ones. So each one should have two straps. If you are traveling, yeah, open your bags and check them, please. If you are traveling from London with one suitcase, which people do that, yeah, take the second strap with you. Brother and sister, that's important, please. If you are traveling from here with one suitcase, take the other strap with you. I'm sure you'll buy something there. Musallas, whatever you buy there, shaders, whatever. Then you might buy another suitcase there to bring with you back. Then you have the strap with you. Is that clear, brothers and sisters? Very important. And then the luggage tags. Where are they? Okay. Okay. Luggage tags you should have with you as well, two each. If you don't have two, speak to Mahmoud, please. He will. And then every one of you should have an ID card. Do you have all of you the ID card with the strap to put it around your neck? ID card is very, very important. Not only for us. It is in the white envelope, the one that we gave you with all the passports in. Now this is the bag I told you about. This is what you need to take with you from Medina to Mecca by plane, and from Mecca to Mina and to Arafah, because you will not need any more. At the back, you see a pouch here. Please put your ID on. You have another small ID, yeah? Slot it in, so at least you know which one is your bag. If you are missing any of these items, please let us know, please. Then you have the shoe bag. When you go to Haram in Medina and Mecca, you could put your shoe bag in, yeah? And then you have the rucksack type bag. This is very useful in Mecca and Medina. Just put it around your back to put in it your dua book, maybe your, whatever you need there. You don't need much there in Haram, but something to use. And then you have the pebble bag for the 49 stones, and a small musalla. This will be very handy in Arafah, Muzdalifah, and in Mina. This will be very handy. In fact, the most handy place for this, when we pray Fajr at the train station on the morning of Arafah. This will be very handy. Then you have a tasbih. If you don't like the color, ask for a different color. This is really a gem. Do you know what is this? In the past, people used to carry 7 stones with them in their hand. They do one tawaf and they throw one stone on the floor. They do the second round, they throw another stone. Where these stones go on the floor, what happened to them? They harm other people. Or I saw people carrying with them match sticks. They do one tawaf and they throw one on the floor. That we've done one. And then somebody genius invented this. You put it in your finger, and then once you do one round, you just pull one bead down. You know you've done one round. And then 2, 3, until you reach 7. This is really useful. Then men will have their ihram. Do we have for the ladies? We have the ladies? We have the ladies here? We did. So the only thing men have more than women in this case, the ihram. And all of you should have one. All men should have one with them. If you are missing any of these, please speak to Brother Mahmoud. Brother Mahmoud, put your hand up. Brother Mahmoud, by the way, will be very useful all the way through, but especially in Mina. You will have, do we have Nihari this year, Mahmoud, in Mina? He cooks lovely Indian, Pakistani dishes. And he cooks Nihari in Mina. Never heard of Nihari in Mina. So that day, I think lots of prayers he will receive from us. And then you have Dina and Iman and Hannah here. If you are missing any of these items, please speak to them. They will give you the items. Okay, for a question and answer, give me 2 minutes. I will give you a mic so you could ask us. Just 2 minutes, sister. Okay. تفضل. Obviously, this itinerary, brothers and sisters, I spoke about here is very concise and provisional as well. So if any changes happen there, don't tell me the itinerary says otherwise. Yeah? So the timing will be confirmed, inshallah, there. And if you are not fed up of my voice yet, you will be. Because there I'll be keep on talking a lot. And I talk a lot not for the sake of talking, but for the sake of giving you information and for the sake of just preparing you and being ready, inshallah, to do your Hajj time, your Hajj rituals, and knowing the steps of it, inshallah.